Oh,
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joined today is my co-host, Kelsey, and JoJo. That's right, Kelsey is back, as I said, on last week's DFU Dropout edition with me and JoJo. She was on vacation, and we were hijacking her show. She is now back, and look at her. Looks fully rested, ready to go, ready to tackle life. I'm only saying that because of the information you gave us earlier today. I did not have this energy.
No, I did not. The energy, the information I shared earlier, I am comfortable sharing with everybody. I got my third booster shot, and the CDC says it's going to be nice and easy. Not for me, bitches. Fuck that noise. Oh my god. I laid in bed for 24 hours. I put on clothes for this particular thing. I finally was like, we're taking pain meds, we're drinking some caffeine, and we're going to show up. So this arm hurts like shit, and my joints no longer, I felt the space between every single vertebrae today while I was laying. Yeah, when they say your joints hurt, you shouldn't feel the space between every single vertebrae. That's not great. That doesn't feel good.
I'm sure it doesn't.
There's not. Huh? What do you mean?
Because that's nothing. Space is nothing. How do you feel?
No, in between your are you laughing at me?
Yes, I am.
In between your vertebrae are little cushy pieces of like cartilage and
okay, I do feel.
Yeah, you feel
cartilage.
every single joint hurt, and I didn't realize that in between your vertebrae counts as joints until today, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's rough.
If you're up for it, you should still get your third shot. And this was 24 hours of misery, way better than like what one of my coworkers had with COVID, where he was out for 4 weeks. He's our age. He has no pre-existing conditions. Big time bad. So I'll take it. I'll take my 24 hours, but this 24 hours sucked. Caffeine is what's driving me right now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, that's kind of been the biggest thing with COVID. It's just like the longevity of it. It's just fucking, it's like one of those things where it's like, I was watching a podcast and you're talking about this and they're like, you go out, sprain an ankle, and like, you know, as you get older, it takes forever for that shit to grow back. And you're just like, fucking A, a week later, it's still fucked. Like, it's like COVID just doesn't fucking leave. It's like 3 weeks later and you're all like, fucking A, just be gone already. So, yeah, it's, yeah, that's one of the nuts parts about it for sure. Well, I did have to say it on a special channel announcement, and I also had to say it on the DFU because there were people who were directly messaging me being like, did Kelsey leave the channel? You were missed. You were 100% missed because
somebody cared.
They know that we record some of our stuff, mainly our gameplays, in advance. So they thought since you hadn't been on the DFU 2 times in a row, that they're like, oh shit, is Kelsey kind of gone? And I was like, no, she's on vacation. That happens. We take time off. Like, believe it or not, this is unfortunately right now a hobby. We would love for it to be a career, but it's not. So this does not, take the front spotlight sometimes. We have to take vacations. We have to take time to ourselves. And yeah, so you were missed.
Yeah, I ran off into the wilderness with my husband, everybody.
There you go.
I'm sorry I wasn't here. I'm not leaving, but every now and then I need to run off into the wilderness with my husband. Makes my life better.
There you go. So, but yeah, and it was just like the perfect timing too, because the holiday's coming up. And for those of you who don't know, we don't do any recording the week of Thanksgiving. And we also had James on the channel as a guest star. So everybody's all like, is she being replaced with James? Is Kelsey gone? Because then he was immediately on a DFU the next week. So, yeah, I was like, no.
So they were concerned. They weren't just asking for information. There was concern?
Yeah. They're all like, we love Kelsey. So,
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. I'm hoping James has some well of knowledge that I can use for a DFU at some point. But
good
I'll
luck.
have to figure out what he knows.
Good.
Does he not have any wealth of knowledge?
It's not that he doesn't have a wealth of knowledge. It's just that the way the DFU is structured, I don't think James plays single player games. I think this dude literally lives off of Halo multiplayer, Call of Duty multiplayer, and that's it. Like, I don't think he plays anything story wise at all.
Oh, well, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that.
Does he read? Does he know how to read?
I don't think he knows how to read, personally.
Well, fuck then.
I mean, if you want to learn the life of a redneck, I mean, he could probably fill you in a little bit on that, but I don't necessarily know how many people in our audience that's going to reach. So.
I also love the idea of me being like, "Hi, you're like a different species. Will you teach me the life of a redneck?" Like, there's no way that's not going to come across as me being a supreme asshole.
It's hilarious.
I feel like he embraces it.
Oh, for sure. 100%. This dude literally one day sent me, I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he sent me, he's like, I can't wait to get me a pair of pit vipers. I was like, how are we friends? Like, how are we friends? Pit vipers are those like nasty, like aviator looking glasses, but they're plastic and they got like the NASCAR racing tint on them. And they got the band that goes around the back. Yeah, the real redneck looking glasses.
And I thought he meant actual pit vipers.
No, it's fucking glasses.
I didn't know the word for it, but I can picture it sort of.
Yeah, they're. I was all
I hate them.
Yeah, I was like, I was all like, you gonna get a mullet too? Like, Jesus Christ. Might as well finish off the fucking look. So, yeah, I love James. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He had a lot of fun with even like Dead by Daylight. If that didn't have a multiplayer version to it, like he would never play Dead by Daylight. Like he bought New World. I'm surprised he got New World. Played the beta with us for like a week. Seemed like he liked it. Got New World. I'm pretty sure because I was looking over our roster because we're growing really big as a company right now, and I was looking over our roster. And looking at people that I plan on kicking once we hit a specific number because they haven't been on it forever. Like the very first guy I ever recruited hasn't been on since the day I recruited him. It's been like fucking like 40 something days now. I'm like, at one point it was like, let's get numbers, but now we're getting numbers. People know who we are. People like us. Mm-hmm. People want to be part of our company that we've created. So now it's, all right, now we need to start weeding out the people who obviously aren't playing. Like, numbers don't matter anymore. Let's start weeding that out.
Let's get quality.
Yeah, exactly. And James is probably second place. Like, I'm sure I think he's been offline for around 32 days.
James, get your shit together, dude.
I don't see him playing it. It doesn't seem like a game that's up his alley. To me, James is the shooter guy. Like, that's what he wants to play. First-person shooters. That's what James plays. He like sit back, drink, have a good time, play first-person shooters. That's what he does. The only reason he plays Dead by Daylight is because we get a full lobby and we're all able to get in there and talk shit to each other and turn it into a drinking game. That's why he likes Dead by Daylight. Other than that, playing a medieval fucking RPG MMO, like, it's not, no. So
I don't understand. I'm sorry, JoJo, what were you going to say?
No, I'm just saying it doesn't seem within his wheelhouse.
No, it's not.
The first time I talked to somebody like about video games that was deep into video games, and the only thing they ever played was like Call of Duty. That was it. So stuff with no story that's all they ever did. They got together with their brothers every night and played Call of Duty for hours on end. And I'm like, how? Like, I get if this is like a brief period of time for like a few weeks or even up to like a month or two where everybody gets on and plays, but at some point, how? Like, what keeps you there? Like, there are other things you can do with these people, so why would you keep logging into, like, what is it makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are there, okay, hang on. I have a dumbass question, everybody. Like, there have to be, like, special achievements and stuff like that, so you can log in every time and be like, all right, we're going for this achievement, we're gonna, like, keep at it until we get that, right? That's a thing that can happen?
Are you talking about shooters in specific, or just video games in general?
Like, Chris, I do play enough fucking video games.
I'm just asking.
If you're playing multiplayer Call of Duty, like, you level up, you just get experience based on playing matches, and then there's nothing to target necessarily.
No, there is. So you got
anything about Call of Duty.
You've got maxing out weapons because you can get different weapon skins. They have the golden weapon skins, which means that you're prestige. You did all this. There's all these different cool things that you can get, like getting headshots from a certain distance away with not using your scope and shit like that. And then now the new thing that all shooter games do is battle passes. Battle passes where you spend $10 and then you got 3 months to go through, and there's all these exclusive skins you can unlock only by playing. You get experience that goes directly into the battle pass, and then you level all the way up and get stuff like that. So they come out with cool ways to make your character look different. Purely cosmetic, nothing, no pay to win. purely cosmetic. A lot of people like it. I'm a sucker for battle passes. I like battle passes myself. Depends on what's on the battle pass. I've sunk money into Call of Duty battle passes, Dead by Daylight battle passes, and just recently I bought the Halo battle pass. So, but like I said, it's $10 and it lasts for 3 to 4 months. I mean, I'm gonna get my $10 worth out of 3 to 4 months. It just is what it is.
In digital skins for your character and your weapon, this makes no sense to me.
None.
I want to look cool.
Look nice. You played Overwatch, and you want your person in Overwatch to look good, right?
I'm sure Kelsey has never done a
sent-
microtransaction in her life.
Oh no, I mean you don't have to
One.
spend money on Overwatch. They just give you those boxes, and it's fine.
And I also, like, if I never got one of those, I wouldn't care less. Like, I play Overwatch to hang out with a specific group of friends and like, either kick ass or have our asses kicked as a group. Like, that is why I am there.
Here's a good chance for me to make Kelsey literally just throw up right now.
Oh, God, you're going to talk about how much freaking money you've spent. I can feel it.
I am absolutely, once again, like, for instance, like, my figures, like, I know how much I've spent. It's a lot of money, da-da-da-da-da. I am actually terrified to log into my Smite account and look up the transaction history. I am pretty sure I've probably spent over $1,000 on skins, and yeah, 100, because we played that game for like fucking 7 years straight. I'm sure I spent over $1,000 in that game on just skins alone. And I'm not the only one.
Or like gifts to other people.
No, just me. I'm sure my friends have spent the exact same amount, if not more. And the relationship I was in at the time, that person was also on the same spending limit that I was. So technically, at that point, as a household, $2,000. So yeah, not to include, and this is the part that will make you even hate me even more about it. The game's free. You don't have to pay for the game. So the game itself is free.
Well, if you're like, look at my account or whatever, like proportionate to the amount of time I spent on it, it's like I spent $1 an hour or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like. That's okay. That's what video games cost, man. That's less than I would usually spend. Right?
It just comes down to the individual. Like,
yeah.
Whenever you look at a video game, for instance, like, I'm the kind of person that it's like, Overwatch is a great example. I jump in, look at the characters, cool. I like Genji. He looks fucking badass. What other skins does he have? Can I make him look cooler than he does now? Like, that's the kind of person I am. So for them to have all these skins to be able to customize, that's why MMOs are big for somebody like me, because the customization is so vast. There's a chance that I'm not going to look like anybody else on the server. So I can make a unique character to me that I can make look whatever the way I want to, use whatever I want them to, and that's a big thing for MMO players. Like, right there is just the customization, like just being able to have all these different things you could do, look at, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, that's how they make money. But luckily, there are people out there, as far as gaming companies, that reward that kind of behavior with not charging you for the game and not charging you for the DLC. DLC is free. The game is free. You spend enough on microtransactions, you don't have to buy the game on top of that. Some companies do that, some companies don't. New World, perfect example. I haven't spent that much money on New World, but they do give you a lot of free in-game currency as well for the store. So they've given me probably more money than I've actually spent myself. I think I maybe spent, outside of buying the game, obviously, for $40, I think I spent like $10 total, microtransaction wise. And game hasn't been out that long, but I've already logged in over 500 hours on it. So,
yeah. I mean, it's the thing, right? If you're spending that much time on a game that's free, it doesn't feel bad to drop like $20 on it.
It kind of helps support. You're kind of supporting the game in a way.
Yeah.
See, if that was your motivation, I would be 100% on board, because I'm very much of the opinion that when you have money, it is meaningful to give back in one way or another. So, buy local, make sure you buy from grocery chains or things like that, where it's like Hy-Vee is a great example, or something along those lines. I know those are all over the country, so it's not regionally specific, but
Walmart,
Not Walmart. Fuck off. There are, like, the situations where Walmart is the right place to spend your money are so few and far between. Like, if you are living in a town in Alaska that has, like, nothing else, go spend your money at Walmart, because it's literally your only option. If you have enough money where you don't technically have to shop at Walmart, don't. I'm going to get off that soapbox real fast, because otherwise we're going to be here all day long while I bitch.
Yeah, that's a good podcast me and JoJo had, where we went on and on and on about that. And I love the way that podcast ended, because I was on the side of the billionaires, obviously, and we were talking about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and I was like, you know what, JoJo, it's okay. One day, like, the back and forth between me and JoJo just fucking perfect. I was like, one day we'll laugh about this when we're flying around in space in my space Tesla and, just having a good time. And he goes, or, we'll fucking be sitting there terrified because the fucking Earth's being swallowed up by nothing but water while the 4 billionaire assholes jump into a rocket ship and leave Earth.
Right, yeah, we're not the ones in space. That's
I love you so much.
I was like, well, we'll see what happens. Oh man, everybody was like, you and JoJo are two different sides of the spectrum of that conversation, and that was probably the biggest compliment I got. Was like, usually people are like at each other's throat with that shit. You guys were just fucking so casual, just throwing jokes back and forth at each other, just like, fuck it. It's like, we're having fun, dude. That's what we're here for. Like, that's the point. Oh man, but yeah. So, like I said, it just depends on the player. I mean, like I said, yeah. I'm okay with doing it. It just depends on the game. I mean, Smite is something I can legitimately say, like, I got out of hand with that one. And we played that game. I mean, I know we played it for 7 years, but there was probably a 3-year span where we played that game every fucking day, minimum 4 hours a day. Like, every day. Like, as a friend group, we were on every fucking night. We were that addicted to that game. So, like I said, I look at it, I got my money worth out of it, honestly, but at the same time, I probably could have spent, I don't know, 500 less, and I'd be okay. Once again, I'm just throwing the number 1,000. Honestly, if I'm being serious, I think it's higher than that. I don't think it's $2,000, but I definitely think it's like the 1,315 range. But like I said, I am actually, like, once again, I am not ashamed of my figures. I am ashamed to get on my Smite account and see how much I've spent. And I haven't touched that game in like a solid year now. Like, I'm ashamed to get on there and see what I've spent on that fucking game. So, yeah.
If I played that Call of Duty game, I would spend $25 or whatever to play as John McClane.
There you go.
Die Hard. I'm not of that.
Yeah. Get on a game like fucking Overwatch and they make Genji look like Shepard from Mass Effect, Some people would be like, oh, fuck, I love Mass Effect. Yeah. Never know.
That'd be a weird choice.
It would be. I was just trying to grab a random fucking person, so.
Yeah, I gathered. I could tell. Like, Soldier 76 turning into Shepard would make more sense, but sure.
I forgot so many characters on fucking Overwatch at this fucking point.
That's fine.
Oh, my God. But yeah, so like I said, it just depends, which it's actually funny talking about that. It has been now highly requested that me and you have to sit down and do a DFU Dropout edition. So
really,
yeah, they're like, Kelsey hasn't been on a DFU Dropout. I think that the
the
reason
whole
why,
point.
yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I even said in the last episode, I was like, Kelsey's the responsible one. So now that she's gone, me and JoJo are just here to play. So we're playing hooky. But yeah, no, I think the part that they like most about it, and this is stuff that I've heard from some of our viewers, is the fact that they know it's all improv. Because of how many times we're like, okay, so what would be the next rule and stuff like that, and they know it's all improv and they want to see like the back and forth between me and you. So I was like, I don't know, we'll have to do something that Kelsey's like really big on. I was like, maybe we'll have to do like a space adventure or something. I was all like, we
can talk about it.
I've tried to stick around a game. I've tried to stick around a game every time, so that way it at least has like some tie back to our audience. So, and not a specific game, but a genre of game. So like me and JoJo, we did RPGs. Me and James, we did Dead by Daylight Survival the Killer. So it's a space adventure.
I need to figure out if there's a fungus game on Steam. I'm gonna look right now, because if there is, that's what we're doing it on.
I'm sure there are plenty.
I'm sure there are too.
There are.
How many of them are hentai games?
I mean, how do you tell that from the title? Educate me.
I mean, usually the titles are not subtle.
Oh my God, he's so right about that.
Girls puzzle. Mushroom.
I can't tell you how many times I've had people request me to play those fucking games while I'm streaming and stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, I get I watch anime. It doesn't mean I like hentai.
Twitch will not allow that. You can't show.
Yeah, I know. It's more just to get people in trouble for sure. But that's what it is. Which, by the way, I've gotten a lot of complaints about that as well. I haven't been streaming, and I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. life got real.
Yeah.
And November was just a really, really, really long month for me. So, yeah. But
There's a fungus game called Earth Tongue.
there you
Not
go.
hentai.
There you go.
Oh.
It appears to be a platformer.
Maybe we'll just have to do like a survival out in the forest. What you should eat. You gotta remember, it's all terrible information. Like,
That's
for
true.
instance,
So it's gonna be me telling you, go just lick the mushroom and see what happens.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I love it.
Like the one I just did with JoJo, we were talking about places to drink, and I was all like, so you want to go to a river? And I was like, wait, no, a pond, standing water, no bacteria in standing water. Rushing water, you don't know. There could be a dude all the way at the top peeing directly into the river, and that's coming straight down into your mouth. And like the pictures I threw up as I'm doing, I'm like, river, wait, no. And then a red X goes over the river, it's like a pond, and then it seems like this nasty bacteria-filled pond.
Bacteria, algae, all the gross stuff. Love it.
Yeah, and I was like, and then the dude naked up there peeing at the river, and I just chose the same picture of the dude in his underwear from Final Fantasy 14 like this. Just, yes. Wait, no, a pond. Yeah, that shit's funny.
Ew.